to another Game Nexus Dead or Alive video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Dead or Alive 3 arcade stick. This was made by the Japanese Hori company and released in 2002 to coincide with the release of Dead or Alive 3. As you can see, it says Dead or Alive 3 stick has a picture of Christy here, newcomer to the series, and Jan Lee, and there's a picture of the stick itself. So let me just take this out of the box. And I think this box is actually really cool. If you see on the edge of here, there's actually two flaps that kind of open up, which is quite different than a lot of the American boxes. And if you see, it's officially licensed for Xbox by Microsoft, of course. And the thing I find a little bit weird is on the corner here, you'll see it says Xbox compatible. I don't know if that's an official logo, but the same logo shows up on the Silent Scope light rifle as well. And let me get the whole arcade stick assembly out here. And as you can see, it has Hitomi here in the corner, Dead or Alive 3, and there's one of the backgrounds. The weirdest thing I find about this arcade stick is the buttons that it says are the actual controls. No version of Dead or Alive has what you see here as the default controls of the game. So, I don't know if they just want you to reconfigure this to the right controls or not. Now, if you're a fan of arcade sticks, I'm going to reposition the camera here, so it's going to seem like you're in an earthquake. If you're a fan of arcade sticks, you'll notice it's got the good old-fashioned ball top stick that's very nice and clicky. So if you're really good with arcade sticks, you're going to like this. And here's the buttons, which are all pretty solid. Now, I can personally say I'm not the biggest fan of arcade sticks, so a lot of this stuff is a little uncomfortable for me to play. But the black, white, left and right trigger buttons are up here in the corner. And then you have your start and select up here. From what I understand, this arcade stick here is just the Hori EX arcade stick, but with a Dead or Alive theme. As you can see, the only thing that's on the bottom is this label here that says Dead or Alive 3 stick. The end of the cable, as you can see here, is just a regular Xbox cord, just like our plain old controller here would have. Exactly the same controller cord, and it just plugs right into our Xbox, which means, of course, it kind of goes without saying, but this is not Xbox 360 compatible. But if you had some kind of adapter, I guess it might work. But here's the stick. And for me, it's more of a collection piece than a functional piece of equipment, because as I said, as far as controllers go, I'm more comfortable with a gamepad. But I just wanted to show you guys this Dead or Alive 3 arcade stick. And as I had mentioned, when I bought this controller, it was stated as completely brand new and never used. And the seller apparently bought it that way and just more or less assumed it was brand new and never used and never actually bothered to take it out of the box. But if you look really closely around the buttons here, you can see a little bit of scratches from use. Nothing too bad, but considering the price I had paid, it's not brand new, not used. So what actually had happened was, I asked him a bunch of very nitpicky sounding questions, and he basically just told me, since I'm never going to satisfy you, how about I refund your money and let you keep the stick? And I was thinking to myself, I don't know, let me think. Yes. Because honestly, if you got an offer like that, would you not take that offer? And it's definitely a very solid stick. Like, this is very hard plastic. So it's definitely going to be a good stick. And most people, they handle one of these guys on their laps. This fits on your lap very nicely. It's about, I'd say a bit over a foot and a half across. So it will be great for anybody who likes arcade sticks. And of course it has these little rubber stopper pieces for anyone who would use it on the table instead of actually putting it on your lap. So yeah, that's the Dead or Alive 3 arcade stick. Very nice stick if you're into arcade sticks. Love the art. And of course, as I had mentioned earlier, the box looks really awesome too. And this was one of the main selling points of this for me, is that it came with the original box. And it's just a really cool looking box with those weird flaps on the corners. And yeah, that's basically it. Another nice piece of Dead or Alive collectibles, if you will. Not so common because it's Japanese only. The Dead or Alive 3 arcade stick. I would show you some gameplay of this, but it's more or less going to be me moving the stick like this and doing that. So it's not going to be all that exciting for you, because you've seen plenty of Dead or Alive 3 play. As you can see with the stick, it's not that tall, but it's not too bad either. So, if you're a collector of Dead or Alive stuff, or you just want a nice Hori EX arcade stick, I would highly recommend this to anybody. If you're like me and you really don't like arcade sticks, and you're not into collecting Dead or Alive stuff like me, then this might not be your cup of tea. Well, this has been another Game Nexus Dead or Alive video, and I shall see you later. Bye.